what is it? Well, who's the third party? What's the risk? Talk about what this important issue is that we've been hearing so much about.
Well, it's something that, especially I'd say over 2018, definitely last year, there's been some pretty big items in the news that, companies have had to grapple with, not because they maybe potentially failed, whether it be a data breach or it be some sort of procedure that they failed on, but it's their suppliers. And you're really held accountable to your consumers of what your entire environment has done, to include those third-party providers. And it's really reached the level of the board. When we go talk to clients, when we're talking about what their needs are, what they're trying to accomplish, they often say, I'm accountable, the board has asked us by such and such a date to get this under control. And it really is around the risks that are being brought into their environment.
Okay, so you're accountable for all of your suppliers. And what are the types of risks that manifest or that you're protecting against?
Well, they come in a variety of different ways. Certainly regulatory, that's probably the first that people think of, with GDPR and many other regulations that we have, OCC in the US. There are certain obligations that, especially in the banking and financial insurance industry, but really has broadened, where you need to be careful of data, you need to be careful of what some of those parties need to do from a security perspective within your environment. So that's one. But we also have, even if you think about mergers and acquisitions, you may have a really critical application that your third party, has an application that they're supporting or that is part of what you're giving to your consumers or selling to your consumers. And what if they get purchased? What if now all of a sudden you're worried that, is that application going to still be whole? Is something going to happen to it? So mergers and acquisitions bring a lot of uncertainty into what might be happening. Now you're contracting with a different party, and what sort of change is that going to bring to your environment? And then, we're grappling with something today with the
reading
pandemic.
The newspapers.
Exactly.
Right. Yes.
Just what's happening around the globe. It could be civil unrest happening in a country that you may have delivery locations or your suppliers have delivery locations. It could be a forest fire or a brush fire that's happening, which we saw a lot of, because that can disrupt your supply chain. And of course, now we're grappling with the potential needed to stay at home because of the coronavirus. And if now you have large components of your supply chain or your suppliers who can no longer come into the office, your office or their own office, what impact is that going to have on your delivery?